now available in paperback and e-readers. Isis, Revenge of the Cyber Goddess. The goddess next door takes on the threat of a deadly digital diva driven to destroy the world in this action-packed, all-new Isis series adventure. Get Isis, Revenge of the Cyber Goddess featuring a bonus pin-up and the other 2 books in the Cyber Goddess saga at online bookstores everywhere today. I was on Facebook last night when somebody posted a video of a guy who got upset because a Instagram model he spent $600 on dinner didn't want to go home with him after the date. And when I took a critical examination of the video, it was a lot like what I described in my book, Stop Simping, Why Men Don't Need Finance to Get Romance. And if this guy had spent $2.99 on the Kindle version or $14.99 on the paperback, he probably would have saved himself $500 some odd in grief, and he would have had some money in his pocket. Because the mistake that this simp made from minute one was going out here and creating a covert contract with this Instagram model, where he thought that if he went out here and spent all of this money, that this would lead to this woman wanting to go back home with him and sleep with him. And this is a mistake that many simps make out here. They make the mistake of thinking that they need to take a woman to a fancy restaurant in an effort to impress her. And this is a big mistake that your simps make all the time, like this one did, because they put more value on the woman than they put on their time. Now, this simp probably thought because a so-called Instagram model was going out with him, he needed to make a powerful first impression on this woman. So he thought, oh, I'll take this woman to the Finessed restaurant, which I believe was the Salt Bay restaurant that they were arguing about, and he'll go out here and spend a large amount of money on her, and she'll be impressed with him. Unfortunately, like I talk about in my book, Stop Simping, Why Men Don't Need Finance to Get Romance, many of these women are not impressed with a guy who spends big money. And the reason why many of these women, like these so-called Instagram models, are not impressed with a guy who goes out here and spends big money is because they are getting offers every day from men. Now, these so-called Instagram models, they have guys constantly blowing up their DMs, and they are constantly getting offers from lots of hot and thirsty guys. And they know that they can have their pick of hot and thirsty guys, so they have so many offers on the table that they don't really see a value in your $600 dinner, because they get offers for these types of dinners practically every day. So you may think that you're spending lots of money will impress her, but she hasn't been impressed from minute one, because she's got multiple offers on the table from guys who have more money than you. And this is where the simp makes the mistake out here, thinking that because he spent money, he's entitled to get laid. But there's no way you're going to get anything, because you're not owed anything at all. The whole point of a date is supposed to be about going out and getting to know someone, but sadly, many of the simps out here, they think that dating is all about getting sex. And that is the biggest mistake that they make out here, thinking that going out is about getting sex, and that's why they go out here leading with their wallet, and them being led with their wallet winds up leading them getting into trouble. And this simp went out here and he got himself in a jam because he wanted to go out here and try to spend this money in an effort to impress this Instagram model, because he thought she was some sort of celebrity. But these Instagram models are not celebrities. No, they got a lot of followers and they get a lot of likes on social media, but they aren't anybody really important out here. No, an Instagram model is a dime a dozen. She's just another pretty face. Unfortunately, you can't tell this to the simp because he's so caught up in his feelings about this woman's looks, and he's more caught up in his feelings that this woman is paying him attention, that he's not thinking critically about why this woman is responding to him. Now, the reason why this woman was responding to him was because she saw him as a utility. She saw him as someone she could get something out of, and once she finished getting what she wanted out of him, she was going to just go on her way. So basically, what she saw this dude as was a free dinner, and now that she has gotten her stomach full of $600 of his food, she wanted to go get an Uber and then go back to whoever she's dating and get her back blown out. Because a lot of these so-called Instagram models, yes, they have boyfriends and husbands, and I talk about this in depth in my upcoming book, Stop Simping in Cyberspace. And what they do is look for cyber simps to go out here and get the free dinners, free drinks, free movies, free entertainment, anything free from guys. And many of these guys, because they are just so caught up in their emotions about a so-called celebrity paying them attention, many of these people, they wind up going out here getting caught up in their emotions and looking to spend money on this woman, thinking it's going to end up with them in a possible encounter where he takes them home, or he winds up possibly having a relationship. But that's not the case at all, because you don't know this person. No, all you know is what they present on social media. And what they present on social media is not really an accurate picture of who they are. And that's what this simp found out when he decided to go out here and take this woman out on a date. When he took her out on a date, he found out he was just another tool that she was using to go out here and get a free meal out of. And then once she got the free meal out of him, she was going to go on her way back to the other guy's house to get her back blown out. Because a lot of these Instagram models on the low, they have boyfriends again, and they also are living very dusty, because they oftentimes use a lot of those guys in order to finance their so-called lifestyle, where they live in this delusion that they're a celebrity, but all they're doing is basically prostituting themselves in exchange for likes, in exchange for attention, and they're prostituting themselves basically to get, again, those free dinners and free drinks out of these simps. But the bigger problem isn't the female predators that are out there. The big problem is many of these simps just aren't educated in how to navigate social situations. And this simp was not really educated in how to navigate a social situation, because if he had talked to other men, they would let him know that getting a date with an IG model is not really something that you want to go all out on. No, you want to just basically, if you want to go out on to meet somebody, you're not going out to impress them. No, you just want to go out and get to know them and find out what their values and what their character is. And you can do that over a slice of pizza and a Pepsi, or you can do it at a coffee shop over some coffee. So you don't really need to spend lots of money to go out here and see if you're compatible. No, all you're doing is meeting, talking to this person, finding out what they're like, finding out what their values are, and then after you find out what this person's values and personality are like, then you can start talking about going to a place like a movie or going to some event where you guys can just spend some time together. You don't really need to spend a lot of money on women to impress them. No, women who are interested in you, usually you don't need to spend a dime at all. It's like I wrote in my novel Spinsterella. The Matilda character, she showed interest almost immediately. And women, when they're interested, automatically, that you don't need to spend money to get involved with them. They will want to spend time with you. And that is one of the big mistakes many simps make, is thinking, I gotta spend money to impress her. No, if you have a strong masculine presence and you are all about your business, that's going to leave a strong first impression on her, and that's what's going to attract her to you and want her to spend time with you, because Pookie and Ray Ray aren't spending lots of money. Pookie and Ray Ray don't have a job, but Pookie and Ray Ray can go out here and get women, and they don't spend a dime on any of those females. No, usually these working females with the degrees and the big jobs are spending money on them. But many simps think, oh, I've got to have big money and I've got to impress this female. But if this female is impressed by you, you don't have to do much in order for her to want to be with you. She will just want to spend time with you because she likes you, and she will want to have a relationship with you because she respects you. And you don't need to come out of your pocket to get a woman. No, the only guys who's come out of their pocket are guys who are caught up in a fantasy, like this simp was caught up in a fantasy about an IG model, thinking that, oh, this Instagram model is some sort of celebrity, and because she's some sort of celebrity, then I need to really put on a show to impress her. But then what she showed him was her character at the end of the date, and that is the lesson that is learned in that short video on World Star Hip Hop, is that this woman basically showed him what she was all about, and what she was all about was getting a free meal at his expense, and he could have saved himself over 500 some odd dollars had he just spent $2.99 on Kindle for Stop Simpin', Why Men Don't Need Finance to Get Romance, or spent $14.99 on the paperback. Stop Simpin' would have saved this guy a lot of money. Stop Simpin' would have saved him a lot of trouble, and Stop Simpin' would have saved him a lot of grief, because it was sad to watch him sit there and beg and argue with this female who basically was not interested in him at all. She was not interested in doing anything with him, and he needed to come out of that mindset where he would create these covert contracts with these kind of females, because these kind of females, they're not interested in a guy. No, they are predators who are looking for naive, gullible males who just want to go out here and think that they're going to get laid, but at the end of the day, all they do is get played. And that's what happened in the case of this guy. He went out here thinking, oh, I'll spend $600 to impress this female, but all he did was just give her a free meal that's going to be in the toilet in 8 hours, and that's where his money is right now, floating in a sewer system. And he's not really thinking about, oh, I just wasted $600 foolishly, because he's thinking, oh, I didn't get any draws. Well, you aren't owed any draws from one of these females. No, you didn't need to even spend that type of money. But when you have a male who is a simp and nobody's there to teach him that he doesn't need to spend money, he winds up going out here and getting finessed by female predators like this. Now, if you want to learn how to identify female predators like this IG model, you can pick up my book, Stop Simpin', Why Men Don't Need Finance to Get Romance, on Amazon.com in paperback and Kindle format. You can also find Stop Simpin', Why Men Don't Need Finance to Get Romance on Smashwords, the iBookstore, and Google Play. And if you want to see me make more videos about men's issues like this, you can donate to my Patreon, my PayPal, or my Cash App by clicking the link in the description box. That's all I have to say for this video. You can comment, rate, and subscribe. Coming to paperback and e-readers in 2021, John Haynes, Taking Care of Business. The man who rules the world breaks on a brand new partner to help him take care of business in this action-packed, all-new John Haynes series adventure. Get John Haynes, Taking Care of Business in 2021 at online booksellers everywhere.